Hi, everybody. Welcome to the KaiNexus Continuous Improvement podcast. I'm Mark Graben. Today, we are doing a quick preview of our next webinar in our Continuous Improvement series. It's going to be presented on August 9th on a Monday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. It's titled The Wheel of Sustainability, Engaging and Empowering Teams to Produce Lasting Results. So to register for that, you can go to kainexus.com/webinars. And we're joined today by the presenter for that session, Adam Lawrence. Adam, how are you?
Hi, Mark. Doing great. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, thank you for being here today. First off, can you introduce yourself, tell the audience a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Well, hi, everyone. My name is Adam Lawrence, and I have been practicing continuous improvement for just over 30 years now. First 30 years were in a corporate setting, and the last 30 years I've been out on my own helping teams around the world solve complex business problems in a sustainable way.
And for people who might want to look up more about you and your work, the company and the website is...
Yeah, so I have a company called Process Improvement Partners, LLC, and the website is www.pi-partners.com. And you can also find me on LinkedIn, YouTube, and on Google.
All right. Well, hope people will go check out your work, and that includes your book, and it shares a title with the webinar. Is that correct?
Absolutely. It's the same title because I'm just not that creative.
You've got something that works and describes a compelling vision of sustainability, right?
Right. Absolutely. Tried to build something that helps teams solve a problem and keep it solved. And over the past decade or so, I've kind of created this system that has been working and helping teams. And I felt it was my duty to share it with the rest of the world if I could.
Yeah. So the book has been available, and I know in the session, you won't be reading the book to people. You're going to be doing some interactive discussions. Can you share a little bit about, the format for what the session on the 9th is going to be?
Right. So I'm going to go into the 9 elements of the Wheel of Sustainability. So it's a system. And so what I'm going to be doing is kind of giving a summary as well as examples of each element of the system to show how they all interact together to create sustainable results for teams that create new standard work.
And so you're making me think, like, this whole question of sustaining change is important to us at KaiNexus. On our website, we talk about how you need to start, spread, and sustain a culture of continuous improvement. And our KaiNexus customers are doing that through the way they lead and other practices. They're using our software. We have a lot of people in our community who are doing this without our software. Maybe just 2 other quick questions for you. Why? These aren't easy answers, quite easy questions to answer. But what's one reason why change or improvements tend not to sustain in a workplace?
Right. So what happens is people think they've solved the problem, and once it's solved, it's done, right? But the world is not that simple, as we know. So chaos creeps back in, things we didn't anticipate show up, and we didn't really put in a system to keep that problem from recurring. And we also didn't put in preventive measures to ensure. So the idea of a system, or the wheel, that's my image of it, is to put in those measures, to put in the system and create the leadership commitment to ensure that the problems don't return.
And when we survey people who attend our webinars, we ask them what their biggest challenge is. And I don't have a percentage, but a very frequent response is difficulties trying to help sustain change. So again, very important topic. I know you have a lot of great things to share about that. Final question. I mean, you touched on leadership. I know there's the system that you talk about. Well, what's one thing you wish leaders would go, or what's one thing leaders could start doing today to improve their rates of sustainability?
Right. So the hub of the wheel is leadership commitment, and that's a very broad term to say. So it's how leaders engage, how leaders support, how leaders visually show that they care about what their people are trying to accomplish, right? So we're empowering our people to work on and solve critical problems. Leaders are relying on them to create those solutions. What we're relying on leaders to do is to provide that support to help ensure that those systems or those solutions stay complete and sustainable. So the wheel provides that image. Here's how I engage. Here's how I participate. Here's what it looks like. Here's what to do. Here's what not to do. I only learned what not to do through the many years of trial and error, of course. And now we can create an image. So what does that actually look like? Instead of just in broad, vague terms, what does it actually look like? So I hope that'll be helpful to those that attend the webinar.
Yeah, well, I'll look forward to everything you have to share. I agree with you. It starts with leadership being key. And I appreciate, as you introduced yourself, how you talk about this idea of practicing continuous improvement. It's not a matter of learning it and being perfect. We all learn and hopefully keep improving, right?
Absolutely.
So our guest here today has been Adam Lawrence. I'm giving a quick preview of the upcoming webinar, August 9th, 1 o'clock Eastern. You can register at KaiNexus.com/webinars. The title of the webinar, again, which shares the title of Adam's book. Please go check that out. The Wheel of Sustainability, Engaging and Empowering Teams to Produce Lasting Results. And Adam, your website once more is?
pi-partners.com, and you can check out the book on Amazon if you want.
All right. Adam, thanks a lot for the preview. I'm looking forward to the webinar. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mark.